I'm sure you've been asked this question 100 times today, but Mookie Cooper and Dominic Lovett, those two guys specifically, what do they add to your offense?
It's just about
competitors. I think first and foremost, both those guys love to play, and I always know you're special when your passion for practicing is almost the same as actually going out there and playing on game day. And those guys are two competitive players. We're excited about them. They're dynamic. They're flexible. They've got the ability to do a lot of different things. So it should be a good thing.
At media days, we heard a lot about Tosky Dove really stepping up. What is it about him that had some of his teammates saying his name like that?
Yeah, he's such an old school throwback wide receiver. He reminds me of like a 1990s fullback playing the receiver position at times from a mentality standpoint. He's not a big social media guy, doesn't need a lot of attention, brings his lunch pail to work every day, and he's really done a great job in the weight room and added speed to his game, and we're excited about him.
I talked to LaDainian a lot about his time at Mizzou, and he said that you've been such a great mentor to him. What was that like working with LaDainian, and how proud are you of him getting his opportunity?
Really proud. He'll always be a special person to me, just for who he is as a person. And I relied. I think anytime, sometimes the best guys to kind of pick their brain are those journeyman NFL wide receivers, because in a short amount of time they've been with so many different teams, had such great coaches, and so I just really looked at it from a situation of, how can I pick this guy's brain? And I'd ask him the tough questions. Hey, what do you think about this? And certainly learned a lot from him.
Overall, with your wide receiver group, how is this, I guess, going to be a lot bigger strength than you think it was last year for you guys?
We'll see. There's always you always have the high hopes going into a year. I think it's going to be a group that needs to play at a high level for us to do what we want to do offensively. I do think we've added some explosiveness. We've added experience in year two of the offense with some of these veterans. So we need to put this thing together, and I think it's a good challenge.
How do you build chemistry quick between wide receivers and quarterbacks, especially as with some new faces coming in on the wide receiver core? How do you make sure the group's established rapport quickly?
Yeah, I certainly think one message, is the starting point from the standpoint of when you teach them, and between Drink and myself, making sure guys are on the same page of what's being said, what are the landmarks, what's the depths. That's the starting point, but a lot of it I think comes down to them in these fall camp situations, in summer situations, when they're out there on their own, having to coach themselves. Certainly more reps leads to more unity.
Sure, thank you.
Yep.
Kiki Chisholm coming back this year, what was your reaction, I guess, when that happened, and how much is it going to help you guys this year to have that leadership?
Certainly excited he's back. Certainly excited when a guy in his position can make that decision, which we thought was the right decision for himself. And so I think there's a level of maturity it takes when the NFL is maybe flashing its lights at you to do what needs to get done. Certainly excited about him being a leader in the group, and we're going to rely on him.
How much do you think Mookie will be used in the run game? I guess you don't have to give away your whole scheme here, but how dynamic is he?
Certainly a lot, and I think one thing about this offense is the ability to have run plays, but also have managed the perimeter opportunities, and so I think the ability to have run plays, have managed the perimeter opportunities for him will be used by us a lot.
And just being under Coach Drinkwitz, with his personality, I guess, what does that add to the coaching staff camaraderie?
Yeah, I just think it's a good dynamic. It's one of those places where you feel comfortable enough to kind of go in and talk to him about anything, but he's also going to hold people accountable, and that's what I think you're looking for. But more than anything, fun. It's enjoyable. I think what the fan base sees is kind of what it's like on a daily basis here with us, and so it's been a great ride.